Hey guys, check out the new build here. Just picked up this C8. Got some damage in the front right here on the front bumper. That headlight, some scratches. This is cake. The real damage is this rocker panel here, quarter panel, trunk lid, bumper. Foremost here with the panel at the back and the hinge holding the trunk. This should be fun. Alright guys, we have most of it taken apart as far as body panels. We have headlights here. This one's cracked, so that's going to be replaced. Fenders are good. The whole car is fiberglass, so it has a tendency to crack on the edges and the corners. So we double checked the fenders and the hoods are good. This headlight here is perfect, so we'll save that. We have the bumper and rear bumper in the back there. We have a condenser on this side that might be potentially damaged. We've got some damage here, and the radiator we'll have to test as well. The fenders are good. The whole car is wrapped in clear bra, so we're not really worried about too many scratches. We'll clean that up when it comes to it. Biggest issue here we have is the rocker panel is damaged. Looks like they cut it out. This plastic here kind of covers it and gets glued onto it, but we're gonna go ahead and pull it off, and that's gonna obviously all have to be replaced. It gets glued onto the frame of the car, so all of that's gonna be a pain to get off the frame. We'll order a new one and replace it. We have the top up here. The main concern here is the damage to the rear tub, the lower half of it and the upper half, most specifically this hinge that opens the trunk. So the mounting and the hinge, those will all have to be replaced, and all of this fiberglass or the whole entire top might have to be replaced as well. That's going to be pretty pricey. We got the front bumper, rear bumper, tail lights, rear panels, trunk lid, quarter panel, and all of that's going to have to be replaced as well. In the back, lower down, we have the exhaust, or at least part of the exhaust. This is a valve that opens it up for Z51 enhanced performance. That's also going to have to be replaced. The right side of the car is actually really good. We have this quarter panel that has a minor crack that can be replaced or repaired. The door's good and the fender's good. The entire convertible top mechanism and all the lines and body lines there are perfect. So that was my biggest concern with the hinges and the mechanism for the convertible top that would be damaged, but we're actually good. We have the wheel off here. The suspension looks perfect. None of the upper, lower stabilizer bars, axle, none of that was damaged, so I don't mind going 200 miles an hour on this thing. None of the computer modules here were damaged, nothing to the gas tank. There's a fan that cools the engine compartment there that will also be replaced, but mainly it's the fiberglass work that's going to have to be repaired here or replaced altogether. This tub here is cracked all along the side. On the left side here, where the hinge for the top convertible mounts and for the hinge on the deck lid. We're gonna replace this whole entire tub. We have it right there. Luckily, we're just gonna use this to make that perfect. We have the new piece cut out. It's gonna go right into place right here. I'm gonna finalize and get it all perfectly straight, and then we'll glue it down. All of it gets glued down onto the main fiberglass panel at the bottom here. And all of this fiberglass will also be repaired by a fiberglass specialist. Moving on here, we have the rocker panel that sits behind this door here. This thing was a pain to get off. We've been just breaking this whole panel right off the car, and all of it sits on glue from the inside. So we've literally been breaking piece by piece to get this entire panel off. So we got the new one ordered. We'll get it all perfectly straight and fitted, get all the body lines, and then we'll glue it to the frame. Hey guys, today we'll be gluing this rocker panel onto the main frame rail here. It goes behind the door. It's crucial that we get this panel perfectly even and straight. Otherwise, we're gonna have issues with the body lines falling into place when we put the door, the fender, the rear quarter panel. Here, it falls into place perfect. We had to spend some time guiding it in here. There's a lock mechanism that bolts down here, and we got it all perfectly straight. Falls into place perfect. We're also going to test the rear quarter panel in the back here to make sure all of the lines and all of the holes align with the rocker. So that just fell into place. All of those lines line up perfect. We got this body line here perfect. We're gonna use a dual component glue. 3M makes this stuff, best stuff ever. You'll never be able to rip it off. Rock hard. All right, so we're putting this glue on here on the inner of the panel. It has marked points of where the glue is supposed to go. We're gonna be extra generous with this glue here. It's expensive, but it's very important to hold down the entire panel. We're also gonna go a bead on the whole entire inner wall, as well as all of these holding points here. We have all the glue in place. We're gonna go ahead and attach this panel. We're just gonna finalize aligning this, and then we're gonna try on the quarter panel, bolt it down, so that way it dries perfectly in place exactly where we want it to. We have the new panel here bolted down to be able to match it up and line up all the body lines. We made the cut right here, and along the inside of this seam, cut right there to be able to avoid having large cuts and large pieces to bondo and patch. So here it's cut as well, and it's going to be bolted down and glued to the lower panel here. This part wasn't heavily cracked, so we ended up fiberglassing it, patching it some, and then now we're ready to glue this panel down to be able to line up the body panels. Hey guys, so Walmart has these awesome Rust-Oleum cans paint matched. All right, we're all done. We have the parts painted. Check it out. We're about to start the assembly process from the old broken and damaged bumpers to the new ones that are freshly painted, and we'll transition all of that over along with some new parts and bells and whistles. So I picked up this exhaust from a gentleman that swapped his out for a Borla. We're gonna be putting it back on here, keeping it stock. Simple. Yeah, the only thing that's holding it now are just the bolts. Let me get this clip out. All right, so it's pretty deep in there. Size matters because you won't be able to get the bolt. We're in. Let's get this out. Easiest access to unbolt the actual exhaust from the headers is through the cradle access in the trunk space here. We have it unbolted, they're T15 bolts. And you can see the exhaust connecting right here directly to the engine. So we'll unhook those, unscrew, and then it should just pull right back out. All right, that's out. While we have this exhaust off, let's start it without the exhaust. Bad boy. Out with the old. Now we just have to fit the panels and the rear bumper, and this thing's gonna be driving tomorrow. All right, I was ready to put the front end together here, but then I noticed some moisture on the inside of this seam where the top cover connects to the radiator. Some moisture. I don't want it to leak under pressure, so we're not going to risk that. We're going to go ahead and just replace the entire radiator. It had some upper damage here, but it wasn't leaking to my knowledge until I saw the moisture there. So got a new one and we'll replace that out with the new. All right, let's finally put this thing together. Got everything transferred from the old bumper to the new one. Got the tail lights, the vents, the sensors, the radars, trunk lid here, as well as the new quarter panels on each side. Let's put this thing together. I already put the front bumper on just to see how it fits. It's not bolted down yet, so not quite there, but we're close. Moment of truth here. We have the top up. We have the trunk lid ready to come on, as well as the bumper already put together. I'm gonna close the lid and see how it aligns with this rear panel and go from there. Perfect. Wow, look at this. I haven't even done any adjusting. And look at this body line. Lined up perfect with the quarter panel. We're safe to bolt it down. Put the rear bumper on. Why don't we just throw that on now? trunk lid, ready to go. Check that out. Look at those body lines. Perfect. All right, we're gonna try these headlights on right now and test them. Really tight fit. It's hard to get to the plugs. Boom. LED strip works. This works. Perfect. All right, we have the front bumper on. The headlights are working. No alerts on the dash. All of these are bolted down. We're gonna go ahead and install the plastics here next. All the body lines fit just perfect. It's always nice when you don't have any structural damage. Everything just fits in and lines up perfect. All right, we've got the bumper assembled. We've tested all the sensors. Everything works, it fits. We tested the fitment. So we're gonna install these plastics that cover the engine bay here, the front area, and we're all done. All right, guys, I am proud to say that we have everything on the car. We just have to wash it, polish it, and clean it up a little bit. There's some film that we'll be taking off, but we got the fender liners in, we got all the covers underneath the car, we got the bumpers on the car. Everything is perfect. All right, we got the wheels in. I ordered some Vossen HF2s. So let's see how it looks on this car. I'm gonna get rid of the stock ones. Everybody gets rid of them. They don't look best. They're not too bad, but I'll prefer these. All right, look at those. These are beautiful. We got some 20s for the front and 21s for the back. It's currently on 19s and 20s, but I'm gonna go with slightly bigger, fill in the gap there. I think it's gonna look super clean. You're probably wondering how much these rims are. Don't tell my wife, but one rim is $940. Kind of pricey, but I think they look super slick, especially in the satin silver. We're gonna wrap these wheels in some Michelin Pilot Sports. It's gonna be another buck or two, but we'll throw it on, and I think it's gonna be way worth the look. All right, we have the Corvette done. Let's go give it a test drive. engine light. We're gonna have to rebuild it again. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and we'll keep these rebuilds coming.